Hi, my name is Young, and I will present about my LDI country, which is Madagascar, to give some ideas of its obstacles and some possible solutions to reach two certain sustainable development goals. Madagascar is an island country in the Indian Ocean and it is 400 kilometers away from East Africa. And this is the population pyramid of Madagascar, and it is now at stage 1, which shows both high birth rate and death rate. Since it is an island country, Madagascar is a country most at risk of natural disaster, such as cyclones and drought in Africa. Also, they have severe air pollution from car exhaust and the human activities. And this is the photo of the climate in Madagascar in current days. And this is very responsible for more than 7 million deaths. According to UNICEF, which is an organization related to children, in Madagascar, more than 1 in 5 deaths are due to respiratory diseases from the air pollution. Mostly young children are dead because due to this respiratory disease. Additionally, more than two-thirds of the population struggle with poverty in current days. Only 13% of the population has access to electricity, and Madagascar has the fourth highest rate of malnutrition and fifth lowest education rate in the world. And this is the graph that shows the world's poverty rate. Madagascar is more than 75% of the poverty headcount ratio, which is very high in the Africa part. And these two photos at the bottom shows the current climate of Madagascar and the lifestyle of the citizens that struggle to live in poverty. My sustainable development goals are good health and well-being, and decent work and economic growth. First, good health and well-being. To reach this SDG, the government should employ anti-natalist policies to decrease the total fertility rates. Crude birth rate should be lower than the crude death rate. For example, the country may create some policies such as the one-child policy from China and give financial benefit for the family that maintains this policy. Decrease in population will improve the air quality due to the decrease in human activities. And it will also conserve water and resources by offering enough food to individuals and provide lower risk of disaster or pandemic. The government can inhibit transnational and voluntary migration to save resources of the nation and workplaces by enforcing the border. This will help the citizens of Madagascar to have enough nutrition, resources, and jobs to earn money without being poor and malnutritioned. Also, the culture, more government support is needed to ensure that the indigenous people and the folk cultures have safe housing, clean clothing, and healthy food. The government can provide means-tested welfare benefits such as unemployment benefit, income support, and housing benefits until their situation gets stabilized. Also, people can have widespread belief of environmental determinism through religion. Environmental determinism is the belief that the environment determines the pattern of human culture. By spreading this belief, people will understand the worthiness of the environment and will try more to protect nature because they want to maintain their own culture. And then the political geography. Madagascar can trade more with other countries and focus more on education of foreign languages and culture. By maintaining good relationship with trading countries and showing respect of foreign cultures and languages, Madagascar will remain positive impression among the countries. This will lead to globalization and determines and decrease the possibility of war, which leads Madagascar to save their resources and become safe from the war. Also, they can join some organization that is related to the environment or defense, such as Global Environmental Facility or Global Green Growth Institute, in order to gain more information about the solution for the environmental issues from other countries. Government should spend on farmers to raise more crops for various nutrition. Government should support more agribusiness than individual farming for all people to have same opportunity to gain various crops. Also, they should limit the amount of the CO2 by decreasing livestock because the livestock or the animals can arouse more greenhouse gases and CO2, so they can limit the amount of livestock. Also, the government spending is needed to decrease the amount of slums. They can increase affordable housing for low income people. In this way, people can live in the house instead of in dangerous slums. Government can construct more roads or for public transportation. Then people will use public transportation that more than their private things such as cars, which improve air quality. My second SDG is decent work and economic growth. To reach this SDG, the government should use pronatalist policies to increase the total fatality rate. The accrued birth rate should be higher than the accrued death rate. For example, the government can push campaigns, generate slogans and posters to allow people to be aware of the problem, and provide them financial support or longer maternity leave to participate in the campaign and the policy. Unfortunately, increase in people will not generate direct technological development because Madagascar has other factors such as education problems or poverty that prevent development. However, by increasing children and providing more educational opportunity for them, there will be more professional workers in Madagascar to improve the country in the future. Also, the government can easily provide visas for foreign peoples and give services for immigrants, such as low cost education programs for a few months or career pathway programs to welcome immigrants. This will cause Madagascar to gain more workers, more professional workers, which will impact the development of the country and can maintain good relationship between foreign countries. Government can advertise about other countries' issues to the public for stimulus diffusion and theoretical diffusion to gain information from the developed and advanced countries. This new info might help the nation to improve their own developments, own technology. Also, the government can provide direct provision of services such as subsidized subsidized housing, healthcare, or free education for people who are included in four cultures to improve rural areas condition to get rid of poverty. Also, government support such as public goods, minimum wage, and new policies are needed for people who need help to create a nation state with strong national identity. This will prevent people from migrating to other countries and it causes them to focus more on their own nation. To trade with other foreign countries, the government should make the natural boundary to become weaker for the trade with other countries through the sea. For example, the government might build bridges or allow the boat to interconnect between the other countries. Globalization and internationalization might aid technological advancement. Government should create more agribusiness to serve unemployment and increase food resources, and develop more efficient farming equipment and practices to gain more resources. Again. Also, government should offer government housing or affordable housing for people who are homeless or get low income usually. This might cause people to have basic settings temporarily so people can get their jobs easily without any stress of their life. So this will be helpful for to solve the poverty. To sum up, in order to reach the health and economic growth, the government should spend more on services or programs for immigrants and for cultured people, and should maintain positive relationship between other foreign countries. However, current climate and the citizens' life in Madagascar are not addressed by the government yet. With government's help and people's unity, Madagascar could become a developed country in the future. Thank you for listening.